This is a training program of PAL Network for support of the Rome entrepreneurship. Lesson 6: Marketing and how to brand your business. Now that we have understood what is an entrepreneur and what are the different parts to have in mind when choosing and defining our business operation and cost, we're going to explore in this lesson entitled Marketing and how to brand your business the key aspects of marketing for our model business and what is branding and why is it important. Let's begin by introducing the concept of marketing. Does anyone know what is marketing? Marketing is the science of meeting the needs of a customer by providing valuable products to them, by utilizing the expertise of the organization at the same time that the organization achieves its goals. According to the American Marketing Association, marketing is the activity, set of institutions, and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society at large. In this line, you can see that the consumer can be an individual user, a company, or several people who contribute to the purchasing decision. The product can be a hard good, a service, or even an idea, anything that will provide some value to the person who provides an exchange. And an exchange is most often thought as money, but could also be a donation of time or effort or even a specific action. Finally, a producer is often a company but could be an individual or non-profit organization. There are two marketing models. When the producer is a commercial entity and the end user makes the purchasing decision, the model that describes this transaction is often called a business-to-consumer model. When the producer is a commercial entity and a second commercial entity makes the purchasing decision but provides the product to their customers, then the model is often called a business-to-business model. The difference in these models affects how the marketer constructs his marketing analysis and marketing mix. Marketing has many aspects or subdisciplines within the broad discipline of marketing. For example, advertising, branding, copywriting, customer relationship management, graphic design, internet marketing, loyalty, marketing communication, media relation, new product development, and so on. Marketing functions in all of these areas. A marketer can do many of these functions within an organization or specialize in one or more. Marketing is more than promoting the product. It is a data-driven science. The good marketer will develop the data necessary to define the customer needs, develop a good product based on the available resources, and deliver the product in an effective manner to the customers at a price that reflects the customer value and the profit desired by the producer. In this sense, it is important to contemplate the 7 P's of marketing mix. The first one is product, which refers to the goods or service that respond to the needs of the client. Then the price, which means to fix a price that your clients are ready to pay and to be sure that the price is attractive, all towards the aim of earning a sufficient profit. Then we have the place, which refers to the location where your enterprise is situated. Another P is the personal, which signifies how your employees represents the company and how they interact with the clientele or stakeholders. Then we have the physical environment, which refers to the way your product, services, and everything about your company appears from the outside. Decisions need to be made about the size, the shape, the color, the material, and label of the packaging. The process, solid procedures and policies that are in the place, which pertains to the company's products and or service. It is an extremely valuable element to the marketing strategy. Customers want to understand more than just your product. They also want to focus on the shape and form your business will take. And lastly, the promotion, which refers to the informing the public of your enterprise and initiating those clients to purchase your goods or services. An entrepreneur who practices good marketing skills always aims to satisfy his or her clients using a mixture of marketing approaches. In order to do so, one has to consider several questions relative to each P. For example, in terms of the price, are my clients able to pay for the product? Consider the means of your clients and price offered by the competition. Can I attract more clients with special offers, such as price reduction during certain periods of the year? In terms of like the product, we can ask ourselves, how can my product respond to the wants and desires of current or potential clients? How can I improve my product? Is my product adaptable to market demand? Is my level of production sufficient to satisfy the level of demand of my clients? In terms of the employees, we can question ourselves with the following questions. Does each employee adequately represent the enterprise and its image? For example, knows the product and the prices, responds well to the needs and questions of customers, conducts herself professionally, is well dressed, is effective at her work. By the other hand, in the place, we can ask ourselves, is my product easily accessible to customers? How might I be able to get nearer to my customers? How may I be able to distribute the product more effectively? Is my shop workplace well clean, well organized, and attractive to the eyes? For other instance, when it comes to promotion, we may ask ourselves, what means do I have at my disposal to inform the public of my product and its quality? Are the means of my communication convenient for my target clients? Consider the most appropriate avenues for getting out your message. Now, when you're entering in a market, there are some issues that you must be aware of. First of all, the basic principle of the marketing mix is the relationship between price, promotion, product, and place. These four areas must complement each other. But also, it is important to have in mind that in the internationalization of your product, the final price might be distorted by such factors as price discrimination imposed by host governments on foreign goods that make your price too high to compete or too low to provide a reasonable profit margin. As well, your marketing and advertising efforts will often be determined by cultural law and norms and the availability of different types of media. Your product will require some degrees of change for the market you wish to enter due to their cultural differences, the level of economic maturity of the country, and in many instances because of the technical or product standards imposed by the host country. Finally, your potential distribution process will be impacted by the ability of agents and distributors and the complexity of the channels for getting your product to the customers. It is essential to have in mind that a government role is to protect its citizens and business first, and if they feel their firms cannot compete against foreign competition like you, they will impose restraints that you will have to take into consideration. Governments also sometimes provide subsidies to their local firms to help them compete against foreign competition and can also impose strict standards on product quality or insist on local content being part of your product. Finally, ensure that your product is priced fairly and competitively so that you're not accused of dumping. Dumping, at its most basic, is selling your product into a market at below production cost in order to gain market entry and market share. The penalties for dumping can be quite severe, from financial to outright banishment from the market. But what is branding? There is a lot of confusion around branding. Decades ago, branding was defined as a name, a slogan, sign, symbol, or design, or a combination of these elements that identify products or service of a company. The brand was identified with the elements that differentiate the goods and or service from the competition. Today, brand is a bit more complex, but even more important in today's world marketing. It's the perception that a customer has when they hear or think of your company name, service, or product. That being said, the word brand or branding is a moving target and evolves with the behavior of consumers. Think of it as the mental picture of who you as a company represents to customers. It's influenced by the elements, words, and creativity that surrounds your company. While you could create your marketing strategy with nothing other than keyword trends and the most effective marketing method within your industry, your conversation will be lower if your consumers are not connected to you as a brand. Branding is at the core of your marketing strategy, so branding must come first. Even if you're a startup, it is essential to clearly define who you as a brand are, because it is your branding that will keep your customers returning for more. Branding is the foundation upon which you will build customer loyalty. It is what generates a timeless connection. It is your branding that makes you unique. Competition is fierce. There are companies who offer comparable or even the same exact products and services that you offer. So branding is your key point. Now, extroversion is an important and defining factor in the branding process of an enterprise, since it creates new market opportunities in the light of sustainable development. According to the personality approach, there are three supporting elements of the extroversion which are really good when identifying yourself with the consumers. And these are the personality of the entrepreneurs, the consumers, and the brand self congruence in relation to the branding. Some of the most significant extroversion techniques that can be identified and used effectively by small medium companies are marketing, advertising, social media, and networking. In this lesson, we're going to focus on networking. According to the balance, business networking is the process of establishing a mutual benefit relationship with other business people and potential clients and or customers. The primary purpose of business networking is to tell others about your business and hopefully turn them into your customers. Before exploring more about the networking technique, we are going to explain some important concepts to understand more about extroversion. And it is important to differentiate leadership business style from management business style. Management is a set of processes that keep an organization functioning, such as planning, budgeting, staffing, clarifying job, measuring performance, and problem solving when results did not go on plan. They make it work today. On the other hand, leadership is very different. It is about aligning people to the vision. That means buying and communication, motivation, and inspiration. How an organization strikes a balance between management and leadership depends on the environment in which it operates. If the world is not changing and you are on the top, the management is essential, but leadership is not. Leadership is always about change. It's not about mobilizing people to do what they have always done well to continue to do it well. Since we have been talking before about entrepreneurs and now we are talking about extroversion, it is really important to detect which are the most important entrepreneurial traits of an extrovert entrepreneurial attitude. Because the personality traits of an entrepreneur are important drivers of emotional bonding between brand and consumers. The first one is tenacity. This trait is known by many names as perseverance, persistence, determination, commitment, resilience, and so on. But you have to be able to live with uncertainty and push through a crucible of obstacles for years on end. The next one is passion. It is commonly assumed that successful entrepreneurs are driven by money, but most will tell you they are fueled by a passion for their product or service, by the opportunity to solve a problem and make life easier, better, and cheaper. Tolerance and ambiguity. This classic trait is the definition of risk-taking, the ability to withstand the fear of uncertainty and potential failure. Vision. One of the defining traits of entrepreneurship is the ability to spot an opportunity and imagine something where others haven't. Entrepreneurs have a curiosity that identifies overlooked niche and puts them at the forefront of innovation and emerging fields. Self-belief. Self-confidence is a key entrepreneurial trait. You have to be crazy sure your product is something the world needs and that you can deliver it to overcome the naysayers who will always deride what the majority has yet to validate. Flexibility. Business survival, like that of the species, depends on adaptation. Your final product or service likely won't look anything like what you started with. Flexibility that allows you to respond to changing tastes and market conditions is essential. Rule breaking. Entrepreneurs exist to defy conventional wisdom. A survey last year by Bruce Levin of the University of California, Berkeley, and Jonah Bromstein of the London School of Economics found that among incorporated entrepreneurs, a combination of smart, aggressive, illicit, risk-taking activities is a characteristic mix. That description will certainly hold true for some of the most famous entrepreneurs of recent years. Before, we have already talked of networking as an extroversion technique, and we have said that the primary purpose of business networking is to tell others about your business so as to establish a mutual beneficial relation. Now, we are going to talk about the benefits of implementing this strategy. The first one is new contacts and referrals. The most obvious benefit of networking is to meet potential clients and/or generate referrals which you can then follow up on to hopefully add to your client base. Networking can also help you identify opportunities for partnerships, joint ventures, or new areas of expansion for your business. The next advantage is visibility. You need to meet and communicate with potential clients and business partners on a regular basis to maintain your business relationship. Attending business lunch and other networking events break your personal profile and can help you to keep you in the minds of the right people. Staying current. In an ever-changing business climate, it is important to keep up with the target market conditions as well as overall trends in your industry. Knowing the market is the key to developing a successful marketing plan. Attending seminars and networking with your peers and business associates on a regular basis will help you to stay current. Problem solving. In addition to the potential of increasing your business, you can often find solutions to your own business problems or needs by networking. For example, if your business needs the service of a bookkeeper, accountant, or lawyer, you might find the ideal candidate via networking. Or if your business needs equity financing for a startup, you might be able to find an angel investor or venture capitalist through a networking channel. The next one is sharing knowledge and experience. Networking is ideal for expanding your knowledge by taking advantage of the viewpoints and prior experience of others. If, for example, you're thinking of getting into the import or export business, you may be able to get some valuable advice from someone else who has done similar business internationally. Taking advantage of the experience of others before you invest time and money in a particular venture can be invaluable. The last one is confidence and moral. Most business people are optimistic and positive. Regularly associate you with such people can be a great moral boost, particularly in the difficult early phases of a new business. If you're not naturally outgoing, regularly meeting new people can also boost your confidence, and on a personal basis, you might form new friendships with people like them. Companies who have succeeded in building an efficient organizational culture base their strategies on three elements: the visible aspects of the organization known as artifacts, symbols, and the hidden aspects which are exposed beliefs and values and assumptions that employees make regarding the acceptable or unacceptable behavior. Below, some case studies are listed. For example, the case of British Airways in 1981. The company brought on a new chairperson who noticed that the company was operating very inefficiently and wasting valuable resources. To increase profits, he decided to restructure the entire organization by reducing its workforce. What they got right was transparency. Before the chairperson began announcing layoff, he explained his reasons for the restructuring to the entire company to prepare them for the upcoming change. Without his transparency, British Airways could have experienced employees' backlash and negative press around all the layoff. But the chairperson always communicated honestly and frequently to manage the change. In Yahoo, Marissa Mayer's position as CEO has improved Yahoo business from almost every angle. Stocks have increased and quarterly earnings have improved. But more importantly, employees are embracing their new leader. Under Mayer's leadership, employees who had previously left Yahoo were coming back, and they have said Yahoo's workplace standing and employees' belief in the company has improved. What she got right was the importance of building a happy workplace. Mayer placed a lot of energy on managing talent in the company and getting employees excited about working at Yahoo. In 2013, she said there had been at least 560 employees-focused initiatives implemented to bolster model, including a new program designed to encourage employees to test products. As a new leader, Mayer understood the need to make sure her employees were happy and felt valuable. Finally, the case of the California State University. The California State University recently made a huge IT system change at its main campus, which also affected the 23 other satellite campuses and thousands of employees, staff, and students who had to learn a new way of doing things. To make this change happen smoothly, the IT department instituted an automatic change management system so one person could make upgrades that would automatically change everything else. What they got right was constant feedback. The school redefined IT employees' roles, clearly explaining who can use what system and what changes they can make by their areas. Articulating employees' new responsibilities minimized confusion and issues. When the new process was introduced, the university knew the importance of frequent communication and clarification, so all employees were on the same page. As we have seen, the personality of the brand generates attention and interest from consumers or stakeholders, who felt that they can use the symbolic benefit of the brand in their construction and expression of themselves. The identification of them with the brand is the strongest basic driving force that predisposes consumers to act on a consumer brand. This driving force can be generated by the following strategies. An extroverted strategy can be transformative. A transformative strategy interacts with the market and tries to change market conditions actively. This strategy aims to create new market opportunities in the light of sustainable development, including elements of the conservative and visionary strategy. Conventional extroverted strategy. A company focusing on the conventional extroverted strategy aims at communicating its sustainability commitment to society in order to differentiate itself from the competitors and to increase its credibility. Therefore, it seems meaningful to engage more in sustainability than it is obliged to do by law. Transformative extroverted strategy. The general orientation of transformative extroverted strategy is the same as that of conventional extroverted strategy. However, it aims at positively influencing the basic conditions of corporate sustainability in a higher level. The importance of online tools in the branding strategy. Nowadays, online marketing is the best tool that small-medium enterprise can afford to pay. The most important reason as to why a small-medium company should invest in online marketing are listed below. It is the media that has grown the most in recent years. It provides a very effective positioning for all targets, but especially for the youth segment because of its higher frequency of use. It is an excellent way to interact with the public and improve all marketing variables, mainly to inform, sell, distribute, and serve the customer. It allows for a successful segmentation of the target audience that other conventional media fail to achieve. The purpose is to get to the chosen niche. Online advertising improves brand recall and even increase WOM marketing opportunities, or better known as the word of mouth, to get that many talk about you in a positive way to recommend you. Internet enables the company to analyze results in real time. It also allows the company to react thanks to the flexibility of the online media. Now that we know about the potential that networking have in branding, let's put in practice our skills in networking with the following activity. Pair off with someone you don't know and find three things that you have in common with them and which are not obvious. This activity will teach you how to search beyond someone's surface and really get to know them in order to establish a meaningful networking technique. Have in mind some tips for enhancing your business networking techniques. Ask open questions in networking conversation. This means questions that ask who, what, where, when, and how, as opposed to those that can be answered with a simple yes or no. This form of questioning opens up the discussion and shows listeners that you're interested in them. Have a clear understanding of what you do and why, for whom, and what makes you different or special from the others doing the same thing in order to get referrals. You must first have a clear understanding of what you do so you can easily translate your interest into them. Be able to articulate what you're looking for and how others may help you. Too often, people in conversation ask, "How am I help you?" and no immediate answer comes to mind. For more tips, see page 108 of the Learner Handbook. Thank you. See you in the next lesson.